Okay, here's the remote Keurig reassembled, roughly. I wouldn't try and transport it too far. I left an awful lot of screws out. Um, so again, around the back, we can see the relay board and the Arduino Yan. And around the front, we can see the front panel, which I'm going to try and keep in focus as I operate the web app, which might be easier said than done. It's important to note that the power on button just simply toggles the power relay. So if I click it right now with the power on, it will turn the unit off. So I can turn it back on at this point. Alright, you'll notice it says ready to brew there. However, one of the issues with this is that in order for it to actually be ready to brew, this holder would have to be opened and closed again. So, since it remains normally closed during the course of action, if you say preloaded a K-cup, after a certain amount of time it would go back to the status of having to reopen it and reclose it. So what I did was put in a single pole double throw relay that would be normally closed, and when I hit the brew system on the web app, it would then activate, cycle that switch. So, and that's pretty much necessary to make any changes. So for example, if I were to if I wanted to say have a 6-ounce cup of coffee instead of an 8-ounce cup of coffee, which is the default, I would click the button on the web app, and you can see there it's reduced the size of the brew. But if I want an 8-ounce, I can just click the 8-ounce, and now I'm back at that 8-ounce default size. Or if I'm feeling really in the need for a big old cup of coffee, I can go to the 10-ounce size, and then the other aspect of that, of course, obviously, is to brew the coffee. So right now I just have it loaded with water with a measuring cup under there. And we certainly could have easily enough put more options on the web page to do this. I've written methods that will activate each of the buttons, so in theory you could have full setup capabilities, but you know, lack of time and all that. But it is certainly capable, and now I'm going to brew this 10-ounce cup. So certainly there's refinements that could have been made with unlimited time and resources. I would have gotten through all that. I certainly took a more analog approach by simply accessing the circuit board and finding what contacts had to be shorted with relays to simulate the button presses versus actually trying to determine what exactly was going on in the processor on the board of the Keurig. But again, that's just a matter of time and all of that. But at any rate, there it is. Almost looks like it hasn't been messed with too much if you don't look too closely. Don't look in the back. But it works, and we're pretty happy with that.